Welcome to the show, guys. Unmasking the Blueprint is a unique visual podcast that will begin each show with a blueprint shuffle. Yep, you heard me correctly. We will be shuffling. Grab a pen and a paper because the nuggets will be dropped for you to use and grow. We will interview business owners and music artists, and you'll be able to meet the person behind the brand. Each show will have a giveaway, so stay tuned to win.
Woo! Welcome to the show, guys. I am super excited that y'all came on this wonderful, fantastic Tuesday. So the guest that was supposed to be on today, she is actually ill. Y'all know, I don't know what's wrong with her, but y'all know everybody is fighting right now with all these different COVIDs, right? And so guess what? Y'all have y'all host. Guys, I decided to do this green screen thing, and I am not liking it. I wonder, can I take it off? Hey, Leah. Hey guys, I was trying something new. Hey Leah Bia, how you doing tonight? I'm gonna leave y'all with some nuggets and some homework tonight. Guys, unmasking the blueprint, our whole purpose and goal is to meet all these wonderful, fantastic entrepreneurs, these amazing artists, these amazing poets. And I want you to come on the show and tell the audience, how did you go from where you are now? How did you get there? Because there's so many people who listen to my show who are mothers, multi-kids, single moms, stay-at-home moms, so many dads who's like, I'm trying to be a husband, I'm trying to be a dad, I do so many things, and they're like, how do I become an artist? How do I write poetry and get it to the world? How do I become an entrepreneur? How do I become a business owner? Right? And so, hey, Ashley. And so, hey, Boo. And so, it's so many people who listen and be like, how do you do that? Like, how do you go from needing an extra income and actually really getting it, going out and just making it happen? And so I love to interview entrepreneurs. I would love to have Ashley Smith on the show. I would love for her to tell y'all how she deals with all the stuff that she deals with, and she's still an entrepreneur. Like, y'all mouth to just be like, what? And so that's what I'm about. I just want to interview people, regular people who just made the SHIT happen, just made it happen. Like, no matter what was going on with life, they was like, you know what, I'm going to do this. No matter what, I'm going to make this happen. As I listen to motivational speakers, and sometimes I find my own self like lost, like what's next in my journey? What should I be doing? What should I not be doing, right? And they all pretty much say the same thing. We all have the same 24 hours in a day. It's just, what do we actually choose to do with those 24 hours? It's facts. I used to think that you had to sleep with 8 hours, but the more as older I get and the more I'm starting to get into ministry, the more I'm starting to get into motivational speaking, you only really need 6 hours of sleep. So if you're sleeping over 6, then guess what? You're getting too much sleep. And did you know that too much sleep can actually be causing you to be more tired? It could actually be causing you to get less stuff done, and so it's just amazing. Another thing I want to talk about is our phones, the internet. So many times, like, I'm gonna use myself for an example. I need to go somewhere. I'm like, oh my God, what color did I say? Oh, what this person name? Oh, what I'm supposed to do, right? And so I read this study, and it was saying that because we are so codependent, guys, so codependent on our phones, it's actually giving us early dementia. Wow. Just facts. I mean, I think reading is so fundamental. Weeding. Well, weeding. Well, actually, weeding make you relax. Reading, when you read, you just learn so much. So I'm gonna give y'all a little bit of homework, guys. You do it, you do it, you do it, you don't. But I promise you, it's gonna be an eye opener to some folks. Okay. And so the first thing I want you to write down is, what did you like LIKE the most about 2021? What did you like the most? I don't know why, but our brains instantly go to the negative. No, no, no. I want you to wipe away the negative. And is there one thing that went right in 2021? Was it your getting up on time? Was it a new job? Was it new meditation? Was it exercising? What was it? What was something that went right in 2021? I don't care how long it take you to figure it out. I want that answer. I want you to write that down because it's going to benefit yourself. I don't want the answer. I want you to sit down and I want you to ask yourself, what went right in 2021? Okay. Second question. What went wrong in 2021? I don't want a list. I don't want 10. I don't want you to write 10 things. This is a one and done. What's the worst? Okay, guys, let me start over. I don't want you to say, oh, I love that. Starting to learn who I really am. Ooh. So so type in the comments, is that your one thing that your one positive thing that you learned in 2021? Put that in the comments because I have a comment, but I need to know which one it is first. Guys, I'm going to tell y'all something. The older I get, the more I learn myself and the more I learn human nature and I learn life. And one thing I've learned is that if you are the same way you were in high school, that's not good. That's not a good quality. If somebody meet you and go, girl, you just like you was in high school. That's not cute. You shouldn't be the same person that you was in high school. You should have evolved. So if they say that because your mouth is loud, you're like the loudest person, most energetic, okay, that's a good quality to have, right? But I'm going to use myself for an example. I don't like to step on nobody's toes unless I let you know that my toes is out also. I used to be a fighter in high school. And so I don't want nobody to ever look at me and be like, oh, girl, she just like she was in high school. Because that's kind of sad. It really is when you really think about it. Should you still be in your 30s and 40s and 50s popping your mouth off? Like, I'm just asking. Like, that shouldn't even be cute anymore. Actually, I'm going to use the word shame on you. Shame on you. You shouldn't be in your 40s. You really shouldn't be in your late 30s either. Your late 30s, your 40s, and your 50s, you should not be popping off. You too old for that. When I see people like, I've always been like that, then you ain't always grown. Everything that God put in the world it grows. You plant a flower, it grows. It doesn't start off as a seed that you brought it with. Once you nurture it, once you nurture it and you groom it, it grows. That's how you should be. You should be growing. I don't care what type of soil you was placed in. You're not that infant no more. You're not that 2-year-old. You're not that 3-year-old. Right? You're not that high schooler. You're not that young 21-year-old. Every year you should be gaining some type of knowledge for yourself. Pick your girl, say it again with your chest. Pick your battles. I'm going, and like I said, I like to use myself because when I say stuff to people, I don't want nobody to think that I'm coming from a high place. Let me tell you something, baby. I've been in the gutters. Do you understand me? I've been in the gutters. I've been in detention. I've been suspended. I've been skipping school. I had a baby in high school. So I'm not coming from no, I'm better than people place. I'm coming that I'm better than me place. You got to be better. I'm not in competition with you, boo. I'm in competition with me. I got to be better than I was yesterday. Me. I got to be better than me. And so if you strive just to be better than yourself, wow. So the question I told you to ask yourself, what do you like about this year in 2021? Because there got to be something, right? And I promise you, if you do this exercise, it's going to help you get to that 2022 better, okay? What did you not like about your 2022? What did you not like? What did you not like? And so for myself, I love that I made the decision that I'm not going to anybody's job. I'm not. I'm not going to anybody's job ever in life again. Right? I own my own business for over 12 years, a childcare center, which I love. Got out that business and out. And, I talked to one of my girlfriends. I'm like, I'm debating on going back to work for a little bit. And I decided, so I solidified that in 2021, not going there. Boom. Good girl. Great. Right? Then it says, what did you not like? I don't like the income that I made in 2021. Right? So when you identify the things that you don't like, now the things that you like, can you make them better? Because I like that I stayed home. Now, how would I like to enhance that I like that I stay home? You want to be honest? I would like for COVID to go away so I can start vacationing. I'm just being honest. But guess what? I decided I wrote down the different rooms in my house, how I want things to start looking. So now that I'm at home more, I'm enhancing my home life. So when I look around, it looks like I want it to look, right? So that's my goals for my 2022. I already decided I'm staying home, right? I already decided that my home is the place where I want to be. So now every room in my house is going to be popping. Which room I want to start with? Which room? What? How? I don't know what that was, guys. I don't know what that was. I am in my studio, so I don't know what that was. Yes, embrace your surroundings. Absolutely. So boom, check. My second one is, what did I not like? I didn't like that I didn't bring in enough money. Okay, so what do you do when it's financial? When something is your financial. Now, guys, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Y'all know I could have put that my grandma passed, but I'm gonna say something, and I'm not trying to hurt nobody's feelings because I love y'all so much. Okay, I cannot change that my grandmother is gone. Let me say it again. I'm not going to write down the worst thing that happened to me in 2021 was my grandmother passing. I want to write it, but I'm not going to write it. And I'm not going to write it because I cannot change it. Okay? I would love to write that they found 3 cancers in my father. Not 1, not 2, but 3. I would love to write that's the worst thing that happened to me in 2021, but I won't because I can't change it. And so it's my fault. So I need to go back and start over when y'all start writing y'all questions. The first thing I want you to write is, what did you like about 2021? And I forgot to add that part. Something that you actually have control of. It's something that you love that happened in 2021. Your serenity, absolutely. Because guess what? I'm gonna hit that up too in a second. What is something in 2021 that you absolutely loved that you can absolutely make sure it happens in 2022? I should have solidified. Make sure I understood the question. So that's it. Number 2, what did you not like about 2021? What is something that you did not like about 2021, and it cannot be something that you cannot fix? Let me say it again. Okay, you know what? I'm going to go a step further. Y'all know I wrote a book called Own It, right? And it's about owning all your past. It's about owning the good. It's about owning the bad. It's about owning the ugly. It's about owning all of it, okay? And so in owning, you do have to own the deaths, right? I do have to own that my grandmother passed. I do have to own that my daddy has 3 cancers, right? I have to own those things, and I get that, right? But we're not talking about owning those things right now. We're actually talking more about goal setting and things that we can fix. And so that's a whole nother show. I could do I actually have a book tour that's coming up, which is flopping in the air because of the situation of not being able to meet y'all and touch y'all and talk with y'all. And so we'll discuss that another day. So anyway, so what is one thing that you did not like about 2022 that when you write it down, you honestly know that you can change it? Like nobody, but you can change it. There's not really too many things in life, and I'm going to even talk about death too. You can actually change how you feel about it. You can. With therapy, meditation, prayer, however it is. So but we're not going to go there. So she said, God grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change and and the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom, to know the difference. Absolutely, Shay. Absolutely. That is amazing. And that's true. So what is something that you can change? So I'm going to use the financial part. And so I looked at myself. I said, okay, we are in December. You did not like the income that you made in 2021. Okay, Miss Pence, what does that mean? How are you going to change it? And so then I started strategizing in my businesses. Which one of my businesses is not making money? Which one is making the most money? Why does this business make more money? Why is this business not making more money? Why? And so you got to figure those things out, because nobody can fix it. Because if I do the same thing with my credit business that I did in 2021, I'm going to make the same amount of money that I made in 2021 and 2022. If I do the same thing in my health and wellness business that I did in 2021, I'm going to make the same income that I made in 2021. That goes with your marriage. If you do the same thing, if your marriage ain't all that great in 2021 and you do the same things, you're going to have the same thing next year, if not worse. That if, let's say we're talking about our kids, maybe it's our kids. If you do the same thing with your kids in 2021 and you bring that mess into 2022, you're going to have the same outcome. I promise you, whatever that one thing is, I want to spend more time with my kids. Y'all know what? I wrote on my list. My husband don't even know. He gonna know after night. I wrote on my list. I love that I'm able to do whatever I want to do, but I wish my husband could do the same. Right? So what does that mean? That means two things for me. That means I need to, one, make enough money to retire my husband, or I need to do what? Two, plan for 2 years from now to make enough money to retire him and have him go ahead and put his vacations in now. Look how easy fix that was. So my goal is to make more money, and my goal is to plan out my whole for 6 months. I'm planning my vacation for 6 months, which now that got put on hold when I heard we went on Orange. The world is back on Orange. I just had to laugh. I'm sorry. Maybe it's not the world. Maybe it's just Texas. We back on Orange again. And then after Orange comes level red. And so, you know what? I don't even know. I probably shouldn't brought this. I don't even know what I'm going to do about my vacation goals at this point. They're just pretty much, they're not even something I can do. They're not something that I can rate. And so that's why on my goals, that's why I have it as a goal, but it's not on my to do. Like, this is things I can't control how many vacations I take this year. I can't. Me and my husband decided we was gonna go once a month hotel hopping. Everywhere we could just drive and be back within 6 hours. We just gonna hotel hop since we wasn't trying to fly, right? And they got halted super fast, like that's not happening. So guess what? So vacation is not something I can't control, but I can control my income. I can't control my income. That's something I can control. And so how am I going to control it? I'm writing it down. These are the things that I'm going to put in place. This is my weakest links. What am I going to do with them? And so, guys, I love y'all so much. If you want to hit me in my inbox on unmasking, if you want to hit me in my inbox and my personal page, you can. The question is, again, what did you like most about 2021 and what did you like least about 2021? And both of these answers have to be something that you can control. And I want to give 2 more examples, and then we're about to go. So I had one in my head. So if you call a girlfriend up, right, and you're like, girl, what's going on? And y'all just running, shooting the breeze, and she's like, girl, there is nothing in this house to eat. And you're like, girl, you need me to buy you some groceries? What do you need for me to do? She's like, girl, there's never nothing here. There's A, B, and C. And she's just complaining. She's complaining. She's complaining. She's complaining. She's complaining. And so, but when you get to the root of the problem, she has a freezer full of food, right? The freezer is full of food. So you're like, I came over here because I thought as a friend, you needed a can of tuna. You know, I brought you a plate of food. I thought you needed me, right? But you get there and your friend has a whole stove, not a whole stove, a whole freezer full of food, right? And you're probably like, where am I going? Follow me now. So what would you think you should say to that friend. And the reason I'm going, this is a little deep, and I'm going here because if you change your mindset, you change your life set. So if you went to your friend's house and you brought a plate of food and you sat down with your friend, he's like, girl, you got a lot of food in here. What do you think we should take out for tomorrow? What do you think we could put in the crock pot? Does that make sense? So my thing is, sometimes we don't have the right friends. We don't have the right people in our corners. And so we're listening to people who allow us to have pity parties when really you don't have a pity party to have. You don't. You're blessed. You have a freezer full of food. You have clothes on your back. You have a home. You don't have runaway kids. And so I wanted to say that because sometimes we look at our situations and we say that they're the problem, but really it's our mindset that's the problem. If you stop complaining and start looking around, you realize you really don't have as many things to complain about. And if you really continue to complain about the same thing, then you have to realize that you're really the problem of your complaint. Anybody who hang around me, I'm pretty annoying, I know. Because you know what I do? They can't complain to me 3 times about anything. Because I come up with a solution. I be like, I know you're going to get mad, but I have a question for you. You didn't already tell me this 3 times. So honestly, I don't think it's really a problem for you. I think you just like to complain about it. And they just look at me and I'll be like, I'm sorry, I'm not being mean. But I can't hear you say the same thing 3 times. Like you cannot tell me 3 times the same problem because it's really not a problem anymore. A problem is something that you run across and that you have to solve, right? That's a problem. Something happened and I have a problem. A problem isn't something you have the same thing for 6 months, baby. That's not a problem. That's how you live. Your house is dirty every other week. That's how you live. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, you complain that you always run out of gas. That's who you is. You living from check to check. That's who you is. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. I'm just being honest. If you want to change anything about you that you do not like, you actually have the power to change it. I woke up this morning with my throat hurting, feeling a little bit crappy. And I put my hands together and I said, let's go, pens. Let's go, pens. Let's go, pens. I was my own cheerleader this morning. I had to get myself up and there's nobody here with me. It's just me. My husband's at work. I'm like, let's go. You all right? You bleeding? You need to go to the hospital? Let's check your oxygen. Let's check your blood pressure. You don't have no fever? Let's go. Let's go. You got clients. Let's go. You just said you didn't want to be broke, right? Let's go. You just said that you're going to change, right? Let's go. You can't change January the 1st. Let's go. You're not going to change January the 1st and think you're going to change your 2022. No, ma'am. No, sir. You actually behind the ball. You should have changed you should have changed my bag, but it's okay. It takes 21 days to break a habit. Yes, it does. My husband is not usually home during the day. So the other day he happened to be home and I promise you I'll be talking about something like, let's go. Did you do that? I told my husband, my bad. I'm talking to myself. He's like, I figured that out like the 6th or 7th time that you did that. Baby, let me tell y'all something. You don't have to like me. I love me. You don't have to support me. I love me. When you love yourself so much, when somebody call you out your name and you got to look around because you know that can't be you, that's how you got to love yourself. You got to love yourself so much that you don't let yourself down. When I don't accomplish my goal, I'm upset with myself because I let me down. I don't have to have a boss to tell me that they sad or mad at me. I let myself down. I love you guys. If you want to be different in 2021, 2022, sorry guys, 2022, you got to do different today. You got to start today. You got to write down what it is that you don't like about yourself. And I'm going to tell you something. If you don't like your job, you do. If you get up every morning and say you don't like your job, don't quit saying it. Quit saying it. Because you gotta like it. You go there every day. You gotta like it. You go there every day, get a new job, become your own boss. And if you don't like your job, why won't you think about why you go to work? And I'm finna use a nurse and I really am finna go. If you are a nurse and you don't like the position that you at, change your attitude and say, I am so glad that I got my nursing degree, certificate, bachelor's. Sorry, guys, I might mess y'all nursing position up. My bad. I'm so glad that I got this position. I'm so glad that I'm able to touch these people's lives, these patient lives, right? Go in with that mentality and white out the noise. Just wash out all the other noise, all the politics, all the crapatics, right? All the foolishness. Go in there with some headsets on, blaming. I was tired, boss. My best friend is a nurse, so you know what I'm talking about you. I can't stand her. I shouldn't even repeat this on the show. She talking about, I'm too lazy to be my own boss. Baby, let me tell you something. I love you to death. She is a mother. She just got her BSHNTQRS. She just upgraded her nursing career. Y'all know I set up some stuff, okay? And let me tell you something. I don't want everybody to be their own boss. We need nurses. We need doctors. My husband's a surgical tech. We need surgical techs. But yeah, so we need people at Walmart too. We need people to work at McDonald's. I don't need all y'all to be no bosses. I be talking to the bosses. I be talking to y'all who work at McDonald's when I know you got the boss in you. That's what I be talking about. We want everybody to be no boss. Somebody got to make my fries. Okay, my husband put his head down. That must have been rude. Okay, guys, y'all know sometimes I say stuff that's rude. I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to be rude. I was being for real. Somebody got to do it. I'm not talking to everybody. Somebody got to do it. Somebody, we need to win the lottery. Oh, BSN. Yes, my girl got her BSN. I told you I'd be tearing up some stuff. I love y'all. And I did not say this to be rude. I was not trying to be rude. I wasn't. But I see my husband's face, so I must have been a little tacky when I said it. All I'm saying is everybody have a lane. Everybody have a lane. And some of y'all have multi-lanes. Just because you're a nurse, I don't know why I always pick with nurses. I don't know, because I think I just love nurses. I love doctors too. There's a lot of careers that I just super love because I feel like they are like pastors to me. Like they help people at the worst time of their life. And so I just love doctors and I love nurses. I love people that work in the medical field. I just feel like they just have a ministry. They have a different feeling for me because they picked a career that truly helps others. And y'all might not think so. I picked health and wellness mostly because I like to look nice. I ain't gonna lie. That's why I really got into it at first. But the more I got into it, like my son is into health and wellness because he has sickle cell disease. You know, he helps people get hydrated. He helps people with their immune system. You know, I'm not going to keep going on. I love y'all very much. No weapons formed against anybody shall prosper. Thank you, my lawyers, my Shay Washington, my Leah. Thank you. Who else I seen on there? Ashley Smith. Thank y'all for jumping in. Thank you, Yvonne. I love y'all so much. And I definitely appreciate y'all. My show wouldn't be a show without people watching it. And so I never want to be rude to anybody. It was not my intent. But you know, sometimes I just say stuff. So, all right, guys. Next week, you know, I didn't have my T-shirt in front of me. I wasn't even ready for tonight's show because when the person who is sick, her child was like, she's sick. I was like, oh, Lord, okay, I'm going to pop on. So I hope y'all wrote that down. Anybody who write it down, let me know. Because I promise you, if you really write it down and see the things that you don't like and you change it and see the things that you love and enhance it, I promise you have a great 2022. With my husband at, you going to dance us out, Mr. Pence? I have me a helpmate. Where him at? Where him at?
All right, here we go.
Thank you for tuning in today. It would mean the world to me if you will leave a review, a rating, and subscribe to my show. Please share with your family and friends if you enjoyed the show. This show, Unmasking the Blueprint, is for you. So send me a message with the topics you want us to discuss. Until next time, y'all stay safe.